Hello, hello, hello. I'm on Sandland this time, and I'm basically here to make the game everything a little bit easier for you guys, right? So what you're doing is, whoopee. No, what you're doing is, I'm just gonna explain some shit, right? So you have the rebuild all-in-one collection that basically works for, I would say, probably mostly every settlement in the game. So for example, in Starlight, there's like a wooden cardboard here, whatever the fuck you call it. You can click it and you can repair it. And then here as well, if you click on this one, you can basically repair it, and everything that is normally broken is basically fixed. And same with the shack. But if you go to Sanctuary, it's a little bit more insane. Because in Sanctuary, basically, you can repair the road, the bridge, the houses, stuff like that. Right? It's pretty simple. But if you already are in the settlement, for example, and then you update now, you have to travel into a different cell, like Sanctuary, then travel back here, and then it's basically unlocked, right? Another thing that is very important, that is when you go to Vault 111. In Vault 111, there is a couple little boxes, where the elevator is, and there's a silver box, right? That silver box is gonna give you these pieces here, right? And it's like a power armor workbench, and this one is the most important one. Set up universal workbench. You're just gonna favoritize it, right? And it does this, boom. And you can basically use this to create armor. This is basically where you create all your stuff, right? Let's just do it. When you scroll down to the bottom, you can see all these Vitor wardrobes and all this stuff, right? So you can click on this, and you can basically scroll through here, and you see all this stuff, right? So for example, you see all these outfits, and I also added the mod that basically shows you the full thing, so you actually know what the fuck am I crafting, right? And it works for the where is it? Vitor. There's the Jinga stuff and clothes pack by Dawn. This works too, as an example, right? As you can see, everything has like its own model and stuff. There's also in some of these categories pre-built mashup outfits if you don't want to fuck around with it, right? But what I like to do is I like to craft like my own stuff, right? It's very dark right now, so you can't see it. What I also like to do is you go into this mode, that is F3. I'm gonna turn my Pip-Boy off now, so it doesn't look so stupid anymore. But you can do a lot of things here, right? Like, it's basically great for customizing. So my Pip-Boy is gone now, as you can probably see, right? And this is why I have this. This you can activate, show you. You click mod config, and then there is something called Bugger full screen Pip-Boy. You just go to general, you enable full screen Pip-Boy, and then basically your Pip-Boy becomes full screen without watching or looking at your Pip-Boy all the damn time, right? Another very important thing is that you do right after you spawn into the game world, not in the bathroom. When you're in the bathroom, you wait a couple seconds, and you need to run. You need to let all the messages in the top run and disappear. And when there's questions, you're like, you want to spawn this weapon. Mostly it's yes, 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 and default, 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 right? Depending on what you get on your screen. And what's also very important is when you're in the game world, there's going to be a robot that comes to you. It's about the reputation system. From Gun for Hire, what it's called. And you have to decide there as well on your own. Do you want the reputation mode, or do you want the easy mode? So basically, you gotta do the robot thing first, because he's gonna like basically sprint at you and talk to you. And when he's done talking with you, you basically go into MCM settings manager, and you're gonna go here. You're gonna go Sandland Remake. You're gonna, you're gonna run it. You're gonna click apply, and then it's gonna do zip zip zip. And then you're gonna go back out, then you're gonna see like a stim pack animation, and then you're gonna wait a couple seconds, you know, stuff's happening, things happening, and then you're basically done. And then you can basically do whatever the fuck you want. What other stuff is important? I think it's F2. So yeah, flashbang warning. So what you can do is right here, as you can see, I have an outfit on, correct? I click add outfit. I'm gonna call it base 1. Right? Base 1. I could click apply now. What I'm not gonna do. You can back out of this with tab, by the way. But what this means, if you have an outfit on that you really like, you can basically save this outfit that you handmade, like a mashup or anything, and you can go into that menu, you can click add, you can save it, and then you click apply. Apply means it's basically transmog. So then you can basically go into your inventory, you know, and equip the ugliest armor with the best stats, you know, and like all the combat armor pieces, they are all gonna be invisible on you, because the outfit that you basically applied is always gonna be shown. I think this also works on NPCs, I think if you point your mouse at them, but I have not needed that yet, if you know what I mean, right? But yeah, keep in mind your flashlight, I think, doesn't work if you do the Pip-Boy full screen thing. Maybe I'm just retarded, because it worked earlier. Preview effect. It's probably gonna work later again when I save, and I probably alt-tab too much. But yeah. Other than that, what else? Oh yeah, F4. So when you click F4, it's the screen archer menu. This is like an inventory, and you can click search item. You search something like, let's say, gun, right? Gotta press G again, because it also activates your hotkeys, right? And you click confirm, it's gonna show you shit, right? Like a cranky handmade shotgun. You're gonna press E1, so it goes from equipping to adding. And that's basically how you can try stuff out. Or if you're one of these people that needs to start with a specific gun, you can basically go in here, like add item from Skyrim, and then just type in what you need. The other very important thing is, we have something similar to O-Body, like we have all the physics, right? So what you can do is you can go to looks, and you can not only like show looks menu in here without using the console, but you can click body morphs. And when you are on body morphs, you're gonna click E for load. And this is where you see all the different bodies. Like normally, of course, you turn your camera around, you know, then you see your character. Normally you are naked, of course, because you need to see the proportions properly, right? And then you basically can click through all of them, see what you like, and when you're done, you basically go out of it, right? That's that. What else? Oh yeah, what's very important, of course, is the G key. The G key is the wheeler menu that you can do if you know, want to be a little bit faster and stuff, right? So this is very simple. Right, and then you do this. You get like a little animation and stuff. F5 is still quick saving. You can use that, of course, like you want. In the bottom left you see the Pip-Boy dude. So it's like your limbs, right? Because you can shoot off only from males. You can shoot enemy males, hands off, legs off, arms off, and you can like cripple them, shoot them the weapon out of their hand and stuff. But they can also do it with you. Of course, they can't like shoot off your limbs, but if they hit you or you get hit by a grenade, it could break your arms. Then you cannot use a weapon then anymore. But what you can do is under chems. Normally if you have like a dirty bandage or a clean bandage, it helps and repairs your arms a little bit, so you can at least carry a weapon. But it also helps if you're bleeding, right? And then you got all the other stuff you're gonna find out, like aspirin and I don't know what else there is, right? There's quite some other stuff too. At AI-2 medkit is basically your new stim pack. And then you have stuff like herbal rejuvenant that's gonna help you a little bit more, doctor's bag, you know, if your limbs get broken. But you can also sleep. So if you go actually back to your base or you have a camping kit and you sleep, you can basically regenerate your limbs without going the annoying path of looking for a doctor or getting putting all your money into a doctor's bag, you know. But if you go like into a bigger dungeon, of course you're gonna get some doctor's bags, right? And then of course we have like the weapons. You can do this too if you have a little bit more weapons, or you just go into your perk menu, right? I mean, sorry, into your screen here, and then you choose what you want. Other than that, oh yeah, little trick. If you go to level up, put your perk points, your skill points in here first. And then when you like have something that you want, you basically click accept, and then more perk points, I mean more perks are gonna pop up here, right? So do the right side first, accept, and then do the perk point, because you basically unlock the perks with the points on the right. Okay, so what am I missing? I'm not sure if I'm missing anything. Let me just think a little bit. Oh yeah. When you go to mod config, you see all this stuff here. Normally I would say don't fuck around with this if you don't know what you're doing, right? But you can go, what I really do like is, you can go to fall UI confirm boxes, and then you can go to workshop, and you can click scrap entity, skip dialog on. That basically means if you scrap something with the R key, it's not gonna give you a confirmation box, right? So you can basically run around and scrap stuff like probably 10 times faster than you normally would, right? So that's like a neat little thing to know. Other than that, I can go over all of them if you want. So addiction overhaul, it's probably self-explanatory, but mostly I wouldn't fuck around with these. Alternative activation prompts, you know, it's all like stuff that's like better not fuck around with it. Better explosions, locational damage, don't fuck around with this whatsoever. It's basically the whole balancing of the mod list, right? Like paint settings and stuff. Like paint, for example, is off because I don't want it to be like too annoying. And then there's stuff like blocking overhaul for melee, you know, all kinds of stuff. I personally don't want to go over it, but there's like some stuff here, for example the red roaches, you know, like they go crazy, right? They have like multiplication, so like everything on these, or they have like a new cool UI with abilities. But if you fight red roaches and you say, okay man, I fucking hate this, like the fucking, what's it called, the red explosions or whatever the fuck, you can just go in here and say, okay, I have enough of the red roach AI, I'm just gonna turn it off, right? So you can do that if you want. But I would not fuck around with most of this, to be honest. Yeah. Just don't fuck around with this. If you don't know a lot about modding, of course don't fuck around with this. Unless you're basically told to, and if you're like intermediate in modding, or if you're a pro, you're probably not even watching this video if you're a pro, because you already know everything, right? Another thing is bugger wait anywhere. I don't know if it's set up, but you probably want to set this to T, so you can wait, well, anywhere without sitting down, because we're in survival mode. And another thing you want to do, or can do, that is... bugger wait. Oh yeah, I think it's in Liga. It's already explained in the readme. But what you want to do is, you want to go here and click the hotkey script to none. Because we have on G already the wheel menu. And you can also just press the H key, right? And you can do all kinds of stuff here, of course, with like Heather, for example, right? And then keep in mind, if you wanna like give them stuff, you can just talk to them, you can trade. And then when you give them something, you can press, for example, on the weapon, you can press T. You can then equip them things, you can unequip them things, and they also should have the ammunition They have unlimited, so if you give them at least like one cell as an example, they're gonna use that gun infinitely basically, so you don't have to worry about like, oh my god, you know, keeps running out of ammunition, stuff like that. So you don't have to worry about that. But yeah, I think I've covered mostly everything. I can't think of anything more, to be honest. I think this should help most of you, hopefully, and anything else you can come into the support chat and stuff, alright? So yeah, see you guys later, bye.